Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm a burn survivor, not victim. I was severely burned at the age of 2 years old. The story I was told is that I was at my maternal grandmother's house on Memorial Day. I was left in the kitchen unattended, and there was a pot of butter melting on the stove, and I pulled the stove down onto myself. I believe my uncle found me. He was a teenager living at home at the time, and he found me. He said that I was just standing in the middle of the kitchen. I wasn't crying. I wasn't making any noise. I just kept asking him if I could have a paper towel to wipe my face because there was something on my face. And he said that as I would say that my skin was literally melting off of my face. So he picked me up. From there, I remember them telling me that I basically was rushed to the hospital. I was in a coma. They believed I was going to be blind. They didn't think that I had any vision at all until one day they cut on a really bright light, and I reacted to a really bright light, and that's when they realized that I had vision out of one eye and not vision out the other. So I did lose my left eye. When they first got me to the hospital, the doctors really told my mother to go home, get her family together, get the funeral arrangements together, because there were no way that I was making it out of that. And here I am, 30 years later. Growing up, my family really didn't treat me any differently than any other kid. It wasn't until I went to school and started going to school that I realized that something was different, because all the kids were like, hey, look at her face. And I'm like, whose face? I never made it a problem, so no one else did. If someone tried to make it a problem, then I stood up for myself. And I always stood up for myself. I owe a lot of confidence to my family in the way that they handled the situation. They didn't treat me like I was fragile. So I didn't walk around the world like I am, because they never treated me like I was different. Kids messing with each other it's a normal thing. You're just a bigger target. So you just have to be prepared. All kids are going to get made fun of, but you just have a bigger target. So you got to make sure you size everyone up, because everybody has their flaws, and the person that's making fun of you is no better than you. And I'm sure there's something on them that you can pick and you can make fun of. You can make them feel just as small they're trying to make you, because no one's perfect. I did experience bullying, because I feel like even though bullying is a very bad thing and it's a negative thing, it's something that everybody goes through in some point in life. So there was a point of time as a child where I just wanted to fit in with my peers, but I don't think that's significant because I'm a burn survivor. I think it's just because I was a person. I was a little girl growing up, and she had long hair, I wanted long hair. She had those shoes, I wanted those shoes. This is something normal. I just wanted to be a part of whatever they were a part of. I still made friends. I still was able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, despite not fitting inside of this box. Yes, there's a privilege with being conventionally pretty, but I believe there's a privilege with me being unconventionally pretty. Everyone could have self-confidence. Self-confidence is made. You make self-confidence. People who are conventionally pretty, that self-confidence is from other people. They don't build it themselves. Being different is actually a blessing. I always stand out, no matter what. And I can see where it can get on some people's nerves, but I have a red carpet laid out in front of me everywhere I go. There's a spotlight everywhere I go.
Was there a specific moment that's stood out to you?
It was around 13. That's when most kids really are coming into their adult, not saying they're grown, but you're really coming into who you are as a person at 13. And I had spent the last 12 years trying my hardest to fit in. I wanted to live. I wanted to live, and I wanted to enjoy life. And I wanted to live life on my terms. And I had to realize that if I was trying to fit into a box, and I was living life on someone else's terms. So.
Can you just tell me a little bit more about yourself? What are your hobbies?
I'm a mom, so hobbies, I don't have many of those right now, but I'm a mom. My daughter's 5 years old. She is the love of my life, highlight of my life. My whole world literally revolves around that little person. I'm a mother of 2 cats also. Those are my babies. Right now, I'm a full-time psychology student. I want to be a therapist, but I want to be able to help people on a mental level, help break down those barriers that's stopping them from being confident. Therapy is really like a big taboo. I think in almost all communities, but especially in the Black community. And I just really want to shine a light on that. I'm an everyday, down the way type of girl. So you can trust me. I've been through some things. So what I'm trying to tell you is not from a book that I wrote. I feel like my personality with a license behind it, I could help a lot of people. I love being a mom. It is by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I love my daughter. She gives me the strength to get up and just conquer this world. I want her to have a strong influence. I just want her to see that nothing can stop you. Like you can quite literally be anything that you want to be.
Would you say that she's the source of your happiness?
She is one of the sources of my happiness, but I believe that making yourself happy, number one. Does she bring me happiness? Yes. Is she the source of my happiness? No. Is she in there? Of course. But the source of my happiness is me. And I teach her that the source of her happiness is her.
Be safe.
What else?
Be pretty.
And what else?
Be beautiful.
Oh, good.
Is there any advice you have for people with your condition watching this video?
I mean, I have one question. Do you want to live or not? If you want to live, then you have to get over it. That's my advice. Yes, you were burned. It sucks so bad, it does. Get over it, because there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. Why bother? Why let it bother you? There's so many other things about life that you can control, that you can change.
Why did you choose to share your story today on camera?
I want to help someone. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if I help one person get out of the bed and be like, you know what? I'm gonna put them shorts on today because she's burned. She has a whole scar on her face and she goes to Walmart, but no problem. I can put on these shorts and go to Walmart. If I can get one person to do that, then I am satisfied. I have lived my life's mission.
Is there anything you want people to learn or take away from this video?
If I can do it, you can do it. Because I'm just literally I ain't got no money. I don't got no sponsors, nothing. I work my little part-time job and I go to school and I take care of my kid and I come home and literally I don't have any superpowers. I don't have anything backing me. This is literally authentic. And if I can do it, you can do it.
Are there any tasks that you have to do differently due to being a burn survivor?
As far as being a burn survivor, I do have to take special care of my skin. I have to make sure it's very moisturized, and I have to make sure I'm on top of my sunscreen when I'm dealing with the sun, because the scars do react a little differently to sun. Like I do have a false eye, so I do have to clean that. Sometimes I deal with nerve pain in the scars sometimes. It's not as bad as it used to be when I was younger, I guess because I'm getting older. But outside of that, it's not really much different than any other person's day to day. I do want to get my degree so I can be a licensed therapist. I eventually want to have like my own talk show or something along those lines.
Did you ever feel represented growing up and even now?
As a Black woman, it's just, I think the Cinderella story with Brandy, oh my God, Black girls could be princesses. I did not know that until I seen Brandy watching Cinderella. So that is why representation does matter, because I was just like, there's no such thing as a Black princess. And then they made one. I was like, oh, wow, Black people can be princesses? I didn't know that. In the media, as a burn survivor, I don't feel represented, and I haven't been represented. There has not been representation with burn survivors on a global scale. I wish I knew the stats or the numbers, but there's millions of people who've been burned. Men, women, and children from every race, from every creed, from every religion. I would love to feel represented. When I cut on my TV, I would love to see someone who looks like me in all aspects, Black, brown, and brown. Hi, my name is Alyssa McDonald. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something and you can apply something from this video to your life. Peace. I'm a burn survivor, not a victim.